Heyo, how we doing on this fine Sunday night? Dubs, how's it going? As always, I'm just making sure everything's working right, because there's not a whole lot telling me on my end that something's going wrong. So if you notice anything wrong with my video or audio or anything like that, please let me know. Just you think? Maybe. It's still early though. I think we're good though. Well, V-dubs, if it is just you... Oh, it's still Extra Life. Yes, Extra Life runs all year long. So, this overlay that you see above me will always be there. What are you doing right now, V-dubs? I think I know what you're doing right now, but... Homework? Yeah. Figured. Hope you're not too busy, though. I may need your assistance here in a little bit. Shh. I may need your assistance because we're doing some designing today. I'm gonna design different items that you can use in this game, and I want your input because I think the more ideas we can get for this, the more items we can have, the more we can include in this game. Greg the Wiz, what up? What did I do this time? Am I just dumb in general? Yeah, figures. Just being me. Yep. Alright, fair enough. Let's see where we're going here. Alright. So, it's a good bot. I mean, it's just basic night bot, I guess. I don't know. It is a nice thing to have, but it's not like one of the ones that you pay for that do all these things for you. All it does is spit things in chat sometimes and allow you to do things in chat. If you want a list of commands, they should be down in the panels. That's not what I wanted. Items, right. So using the art assets that I got from Epic Games, same art assets that we use for the characters and the character creation and stuff. Oh, thanks, Greg. They come with a bunch of modular pieces for like belts, hats, helmets, boots, shoulder pads, and are they in a different folder? Oh, weapons. Yeah, which I'm not sure why backpacks are included in weapons, but anyway, all of these items could be used for, or I should say, all these meshes can be used for pickup items that will you would get in one of two ways. One being occasionally one will randomly drop after a minigame or like after you fight an enemy, and players will roll for it. And the other way would be through shops that you occasionally encounter as you're walking through the forest. And if you look on Discord, there is a design for like what the player's phone screen is going to look like when they're in the forest. So you have 4 different slots, one for your head, one for your chest, one for your weapon, and one for your boots. So you can only hold one of each type at a time. So you can't like hoard items. And what the items do is that they give you like a one-time use, I guess. I want to say buff because they do. I want them to do different things. So some of them can give you a buff in the next minigame you do. They could give another player a debuff in the next minigame. They could instantly take another player's health away. Someone suggested a while back when the idea of this game first started of having like health items so you could raise your health. But I think with that, the game could just go on forever. So I don't think we're gonna do those. But that's the idea of them so far. And I really want to fine tune that in the sense that like I want to plan out what the different items are, or at least what some of the different items are. We can always add more items later on, and just like really flesh out what they're gonna do, so that we can go ahead and add those items in, because that's really the last like big thing we have left to do in the forest level is the items and shops, but that's, I would include that in items. Once that's done, then it's really just a matter of making the mini games, I think. Of course, there's bug fixing and some fine tuning we can do. But yeah, items I think are the last major milestone of the forest level. So that being said, if you have any ideas for items that meet that description, feel free to put them in chat, put them in Discord. If you're in the Discord, if you're not in the Discord, join the Discord, please. I really want that to be active more than Twitch, but any thoughts you have, I will take all of them, because I think this is one of the areas of game dev where everybody's opinion like benefits. You know, like when you're coming up with the initial concept of a game, a lot of times it's hard because, you know, people can't agree on one thing, right? Everyone has different ideas and they just kind of clash with one another. Whereas here, it's like every idea, you know, could work because there's a bunch of different items, you know, just here in the weapons, you know, there's like 20 or so. And then there's all the armor pieces and whatnot. At least to start, I would like to have 3 different items for each area. So head, chest, weapon, boots. I think that would be a good starting point, is to have 3 different items per category. And I just want to get those fleshed out. So first one I'll do, and that's just going to be one of the basic swords. And it's just going to, when a player uses it, it's going to take away a small amount of health from a random player, like a random other player. They don't get to pick who they're taking health from, but it's just going to be take health from someone, and just a very small amount. I don't want it to be like something like they'll completely change the game, you know. Like if someone, say, was in first place and had a lot of health, you know, I don't want it to like kill them off, right? Just kind of tweak the flow of the game. I don't think, I mean, I don't know this at this point, but I don't think that items are going to be like there's not going to be a lot of items out there. Like, I think it would be rare that one player has all of their item slots filled at one time. But yeah, they're just little add-ons to kind of give you some more gameplay during the forest level, because really all you're doing other than that is watching the players walk through the forest until they encounter an enemy. P. Coddington, what up? How's it going? P-dubs, that's not very nice. Do this. And spicy. Yeah, they did. You are the mod, so I mean, you can delete that if you want. You can certainly delete comments. Alright, so like I said, my item, I'm just gonna call it basic sword for now. It's under the weapon category. and when you use it, deal a small amount of damage to a random player in the group. Where's my wrap text button? I'm so used to Excel, and Google Sheets is like, has all the same functionality, but it is just slightly different. Oh, right there. That's what I want. There we go. I'll allow that. Well, okay. I allowed it, but my mod didn't. Okay. I can see all these messages before anyone else sees them. I'll allow that. But it's probably gonna get deleted here in a second. Yeah. Looking for other ideas. I'm gonna sit here and think of some, but if you think of any, feel free to put them in chat, or like I said, put them in Discord. So I'm trying to think for like the armor. What would the armor do? I'm thinking like, because the way the mini games are gonna work is that like the mini game simulates how you do in a fight against the enemy that pops up, right? So I'm thinking like one will like reduce the amount of damage you take on the next mini game, no matter what place you take. Item that boosts your speed. That would be like, that would really depend on the next mini game, I guess, because like everyone, when they're in the forest level, that's when they're going to be using the items, and everyone's just walking together in a group, and they're not really having control of that. I don't know if we can do that, because you don't know what the next mini game is going to be. If the mini game that involves you running around and having a certain speed, then yes, but there's no way of telling that. Revival potions. I don't think so, because there is going to be a mechanic where, so like, if your character dies, right, if you run out of health, you will still participate in the minigames, and if you place first in a minigame, you will be revived with a tiny bit of health. So there's already a revival mechanic in there. And I think if you add revival potions on top of that, it's just the game's gonna go on forever. Question, why is... Almost read that out loud. You know what? Nope. I'm deleting that. I'll put you in timeout. I can do that. My mod can too. What was I saying earlier with the armor? Reducing the amount of damage. Right? Reducing the amount of damage that you take on the next minigame, no matter what place you get. Do it, you won't. I can just ban you. Timed you out for 600 seconds, so 10 minutes. You cannot chat until then. An armor can make you immune to other people's items. That's a good one. Maybe. So like, to make you immune to the next item that is used on you, I think would be the way to do that, right? Ban your GF? Who's my GF? Craig? Greg's my GF? No, Greg's helpful. I don't want to ban him. Another item that lets you steal another item. So, I'm trying to think. That'd be cool. And I like the idea. So, just trying to think of like edge cases. So like, what if you use it and nobody else has an item, right? Because like, you're not gonna know what items other people have really, unless you know that they rolled the highest for when a random drop happens. Like if they go to a shop, you're not gonna see what items they buy. I'm just trying to think of like, in the case that there's no other items, if no one has any items, and you use your item to try and steal someone's, like how would that work? But I'll write it down because we can figure that out later. I'll say, I'm just giving them very generic names right now. It's alright. Reduce the amount of damage you take from the next minigame, no matter what place you take. If no one has items, it fails, I guess. So what do you mean by it fails? Like, do you just lose it, or is it just tell you, like, nobody has any items right now? Lose it. Yeah. What was the one you were talking about? Armor. Oh, right. We'll call this oops. Shoulder pads. It's a chest item. And what was the idea for it? Makes you immune to other people's items. Or for the next item that is used on you, right? Are these items like disposable, or are you supposed to carry them the whole game? So, so it's like when you pick them up, when you're in the forest level, or like when you're all walking in a group together, the only thing you see on your screen is the items that you have. There's 4 slots, so head, chest, boots, and weapon, and you can have 1 item per slot, and you hold on to that until you use it. Once you use it, it's a one-time use, then it's gone. But yeah, you hold on to it until you use it. I still haven't thought about like if you already have an item in that slot and you find another one. Like, I don't know if like you should be able to choose which item you take, or if it's like that one replaces the one, or if it's like you already have one there so you can't pick this one up, you know? That has not been something I've planned out yet. Immunity to the next item used against you. Okay. And I made them shoulder pads because there aren't any meshes for like chest plates. I mean, there are meshes for like body types, but I'm using that in the character customization, so players will have that automatically. It's not like a thing they can pick up. I don't think of one for boots. What would the boots be useful in helping you with? It's like you can't give the player like any specific like buffs because you don't know what the next mini game is going to be, right? Some of them are just like you make choices, right? You just push a button. Other ones you actually move around and like fight. Well, I already know these ones are going to be called basic boots. So our feet, I guess, is the slot. And then what do the basic boots do? Maybe thinking like maybe if you because you can only use these items when you're in the fort. You can't use them when you're in the middle of a mini game. So maybe like you use them and it allows you to switch places with someone else like at the end of the next mini game. So like everyone like places in it. So like say you do really poorly and someone does, you know, they get first place or whatever. You know, if you picked them before the mini game started, you would switch places with them, so then you would be in first place and they would be lower. But that could also work against you because, you know, you could do better than the other person. And these are the basic boots, I guess, so that would work. Because I'm thinking like tiers, kind of. So like there's the basic level, which really does like next to nothing. Or it could like, you know, possibly hurt you. And then there's like a mid tier and then a high end one that have better perks. I'll go with that for now. Or swap, how do I say this? Swap ranks with another player of your choice at the end of the next minigame. That doesn't really describe it correctly. Because you have to use this before the end of the next minigame. I don't know. I understand it, at least for purpose of the spreadsheet. B-Dubs, you still there? Are you still on timeout? I'm gonna guess because you're not responding that you are still on timeout or you have left. Could be both. Sorry, but not sorry. All right, so we have we have the basic like setup for, or the basic tier of every item. So the basic sword does a small amount of damage to a random player in the group. Maybe the mid-tier sword or mid-tier weapon, it could be a hammer or a spear. I think we have meshes for those. Could say like deal a small amount of damage to a player of your choice. Sure. I'll call it mid-tier weapon. I'll call you basic weapon. Fuck that one up. Nope, still fucked it up because I have fat fingers. There we go. Yes. What did I say? Deal a small amount of damage to a player of your choice. Yeah, that works. Basic helmet. Reduce the amount of damage you take from the next minigame, no matter what place you take. Another thing about the items. Can you use, like, if you get, you know, multiple items in your inventory, can you use multiple ones before the next minigame? Or can you only use one per encounter? What do you think, chat? I don't know. That's something we can think about. So if the basic helmet reduces the amount of damage I take from the next mini game, we can say mid-tier helmet. I don't want them all to do like the same exact thing, just, you know, higher tiers. I want there to be a little more variety than that. But I guess if this is just the like basic stuff, we can always add more items later too. So reducing the amount of damage you take from the next mini game. We could say like the advanced or the top tier helmet completely nullify the damage that you take for the next mini game. Like even if you get last place, you're still not going to take any damage. That'd be a good item to have. Let's just do that, just for simplicity's sake. Let's say slightly reduce and moderately reduce. Where is it? Yeah, that works. Mid tier. We'll make this one a backpack. Not sure why it puts the backpack in the weapons category in the asset pack that I have, but it does. There are backpacks. We'll put that as like a chest item. I guess I should call that like torso, because it's including shoulder pads, you know, belts, the backpacks. I don't know. I'll just leave it as chest for now because that's what we have it. So, basic shoulder pads. What they did was give you immunity to the next item used against you. The backpack could be... I mean, backpack obviously gives you more inventory space, but like... I don't know if that would work in this case. I mean, I guess we could do it like... If you get a backpack, you use it, and it allows you to have an extra slot for like a weapon or for a helmet or whatever. But then that would stay with you the rest of the game. We'll go with it. No. Not all of these items will make it into the game probably, but any idea works now. Add an extra slot for an item in your inventory. Okay. And the mid-tier boots. Let's see. So the basic boots swapped your rank with another player. Mid-tier boots. Maybe the boots can like boost your place by 1. You know, so like if you get, say you get 3rd place in the next minigame, if you use those boots beforehand, it bumps you up to 2nd and puts the 2nd person, or it shifts everyone down, I guess. Why not? And then in that case, obviously, if you get 1st place, then it does nothing, and you just lose the item. Yeah. Cool. Hit your items. It's going a lot faster than I thought it would. I was thinking about this today, and man, I was not looking forward to it, because, I don't know, designing's cool because it's like where you come up with your ideas for the game, but it's also like not the most interesting part, at least to me. I like programming and I like animation. That's like where the game really comes to life, I think. I really also like level design a lot, but I'm terrible at it. You can ask my mod, he's a great level designer. I am not. Okay, so then basic, mid tier. I guess these will be top tier or high tier items. So high tier weapon. What does the high tier weapon do? The high tier weapon could be like deal a small amount of damage to all other players. Like an AoE kind of thing. Yeah, small amount of damage to all other players. Yeah, I like that. High tier helmet. We said this one completely negates all damage you take from the next minigame, right? High tier. So our basic one is shoulder pads. Our mid tier is a backpack. High tier would be shoulder pads again, or what was the other thing? It was like a satchel, like a belt. How do you spell satchel? That doesn't look right to me. Not giving me a typo. I'll leave it as that. Tell me I'm dumb if I'm wrong, but... Okay. What does the satchel or belt do? Running out of ideas here. Need some help, chat. Give me all of your thoughts, all of your brain children. My brain is dead at this point. Oh shoot, I just realized. Sorry. It happens all the time because I can just never find a good spot for my webcam. I'll put you there for now. Oh. I guess that's kind of small too, isn't it? Sorry. Can't you tell I stream often? Trying to think of what else can the chest items do. The basic one we said gave you immunity to the next item used against you. The mid-tier one we said adds an extra slot for an item in your inventory. And now we need a high-tier one. I guess these ones don't really scale like the other ones do. Like, it's not like the same thing in scaling over time, but that's fine. I just can't think of any ideas. We'll come back to it. After this one, it's just the high tier boots, right? So, if we were going along with the theme of the other boots, this would then... I'm thinking it could boost you all the way up to first, but I don't know if I like that, because that seems kind of OP. maybe like put you in 3rd place if you're not already there or higher. We'll say 2nd place for now, but we may need to play around with that once we implement it. So automatically be given 2nd place in the next mini game unless you take 1st. Sure. I just need something for this satchel. Maybe the satchel like allows you to choose the next minigame, or like at least narrow it down to 3 or something like that. That's gonna be a pain in the butt to implement. I already know. Adding extra slots. Already have immunity against the next item. Exempt from minigame. Welcome back, V-dubs, by the way. I don't know. Like, I don't want them to like. You mean exempt by like they don't even play the next minigame? Or do you mean it like there's no consequence? Yeah, okay. I gave you 2 options there. No play. I don't know about that one, cause like that's the game, you know? Like that's, you want to play. Make someone else not play. But like, okay, let's go with that. Like what happens to that player then if they're not playing the mini game? You know, do they take damage from like the mini game after it's over? Like, do they automatically place last? Well, I don't know either. That's why we're here. We're designing this. We need to think out as much as we can. So, trying to figure out homework, right? I hope you're talking about homework. recreationally. Don't do drugs, kids. Or adults. Whoever you are. I kind of like the idea of like forcing someone else to like be in a worse position, but we already kind of have items for that. Like the mid-tier boots boost your rank by 1, pushing that player that was in front of you down a rank, and then the high-tier boots also put you in 2nd place and push everyone that was in between where you were in 2nd place down 1. That's already there. Drugs are fun. Can't relate. I guess I've never actually taken any like recreational drugs, so I wouldn't know. Makes me dumb for not taking any recreational drugs? Or is it I'm dumb because I didn't think of that? Or are you just spiting me? Could be that too, I guess. Just need to think of something for this last item. As long as I'm done with this, then like we have our basic items, right? And I can start throwing stuff together in Unreal. That's the fun stuff, right? Actually, before I would do that, I would have to... Well, maybe not before, but I still do have to put together that design for the phone screen using Angular. Which... I like Angular, you know. It's a fun framework, I think. It's really powerful, it does a lot of stuff, but I'm just not super familiar with it at this point. So, might take me some time. Just take out, why is there just high tier satchel? So like, so there's 4 different slots for your inventory, right? And I'm trying to do 3 tiers for each one, at least just to start with. We can always add more items later on. But like, so I have like my basic ones, mid tier, and high tier. So, just so that there's different items per slot. It just so happens that for the chest category, there's shoulder pads, backpack, and then satchel. And that's only because, where is it? Here. We've got shoulder pads, like belts or satchels, whatever. And then as you saw in the weapons, there's backpacks. I'm going based off of what I have here because I suck at creating art assets and it takes me forever. So that's why I would like to have one more. But I just cannot think of a good use for it. Take another player's item. Someone else suggested that too. And I like the idea of it, but the thing is, like, you won't know that other players have items unless one randomly drops and you roll for it. Like, the the two ways for getting items is through those random drops, which will be like scarce. They won't happen very often. And the other time being when you pass a shop in the forest, and so players can buy it. But when players are buying it, you know, they're using their phones, so you're not going to see what items they have, if any, you know? So my only thing is with that, if no other players have items, then what happens? The other person that suggested this just said, well, sucks for you, you lose the item then because you used it, right? Which could be okay, but I'd feel bad about doing that on a high tier item because I want it to be that the higher tier items are harder to get or more rare, I guess. So I would hate for you to get lucky enough to get a high tier item and then have that happen. That would just be annoying. So maybe put that as the basic shoulder pads, like taking someone's items if they have them, and then the high tier satchel gives you immunity. What do you think? I think that would work. All right, I'll go with it. This one. Here. And then this one we said, take a single item from another player if they have one. Random player. And I'm thinking because of that, because it's a chest item, you should have to take another chest item. Because like if you have boots already and you steal someone else's boots, like those boots are just gonna get lost. And that wouldn't be fun. So I'll put that in there. Okay. Basic items are here. Like basic framework of items, tiers, what they do are there. Good. How long have we been doing this? About an hour now? Okay. Gonna take a quick 5-minute break. Go use the restroom, grab a drink of water, do what you gotta do. We'll be right back. Alright, we're back. So, we got all of our, like, initial items, I guess, thought out. So now we have to... Sorry, 1 sec. Now we have to pick out what, like what static, or not static mesh, what skeletal meshes are going to be used for them. Like what they look like, out of the items that we have. And also we need to give them better names, because right now they're just basic, mid-tier, and high-tier. Boots, weapon, helmet, whatever. I think all the basic ones can stay, because I don't know, maybe we can change that up a little bit, but calling them mid-tier and high tiers, I don't know. Not very immersive, I guess. Sorry, I keep bumping my mic. I'm gonna do that a lot when I stream. I've already done it like 3 times. I'm not used to having one of these mics with an arm. Before I keep going, for anyone that doesn't know, I have an Extra Life campaign running this year, and if you don't know what Extra Life is, it's a charity fundraiser that supports children's hospitals. I'd really appreciate it if you could donate to that. And also, if you want to see me suffer, not only do you help kids by donating, I will do 1 push-up on stream for every $1 you donate. So, I think I'm at the top of the leaderboard right now for my campaign. You should beat me. I don't want to be on the top. Because I've only donated $15. Which, I know, like, you know, donations are weird unless you're, like, super rich, but $15 isn't a lot. And I will be donating more later on. But just so you know. So let's run into Unreal here. But college. If you're a college student, I totally understand that. Like, you know, it is a donation. It is not something you're required to do. And like, you know, you definitely should not get into financial trouble donating to someone else. But I still have to promote it because, you know, I'm running the campaign, and it does mean a lot to me that children's hospitals get the funding they need, because I spent a good amount of my childhood in a hospital, and if it wasn't for that children's hospital that I was in, I would be having a real rough time right now, if I was even here. But that's all I'm gonna say about that. So basic weapon first, right? Shoot. So the basic weapon, I think, should just be the sword, but let's take a closer look at it here. Yeah, just your simple sword, I think, would be good for the basic weapon. But I don't know, let me look at some of these other ones. That one's cool, but that one looks like a fancier sword. See? Yeah. Yeah, those are all fancy. Also got wands, I guess. But I did say the basic weapon was a basic sword. There's hammers. 2. That's like a super fancy weapon. That's like Thor's hammer. You. Cool looking, but not a basic weapon. Yeah, we'll use this guy as our basic sword. We'll do this. Take a screenshot of that. Put you there. Why are you so large? Shit. No, that's not text. Hey. What? No. Why are you like this? No. Alright, whatever. That's fine. You're at 136. Alright, we'll put all of you at that. Just more consistency. I not do this to multiple rows at a time. That's lame. Alright, don't mind me. This is gonna be a little tedious, but gotta do what you gotta do. My throat feels scratchy because I don't ever talk. I'm a very introverted person outside of streaming. There we go. Okay, so basic weapon is sword, basic helmet. Let's see. This. You. Go back to this. So for helmets, we actually have crowns too. We have crowns, we have hats, and then helmets. So I don't know, looking at all these helmets, I'm thinking this one should be like the basic helmet. Let's do this. And where's my background at? Environment. There we go. Yep. Yes. Yeah, this helmet, like when I think of like helmet, this is kind of what I'm thinking of. After this, and that's so bright. Maybe that's why I had it like. That's so hard to see though. Is it like a there? So I can get a good screenshot of it. Do that here. Oh, why do you do that? Images like this up. There we go. That's fine. Putting these here just so that I know I'm not going to get done implementing all these items tonight, but later on I can come back and look and like see, oh yeah, I'm using this mesh with this item. Basic shoulder pads. Let's see here. pads are here. So, of all these items, these ones are probably the most. I don't know. These ones have a little. I think these ones go with the basic helmet. They look pretty standard. They're spiky. I like those ones. Those ones aren't bad too. Those ones are pretty basic, I think. I don't know, what do you think? Those ones or these ones? Which ones should be the basic shoulder pads? Thinking those ones should be, but I like those ones too. But those are kind of what I think of when I think shoulder pads. Not like anything fancy like these. Yeah, we'll go with those ones. Like that. Nice. It's annoying that I have to do this every time, but fine. Basic boots. Let's see, so these boots would be the basic boots, I guess, but these are the shoes that players are given by default. So you wouldn't even be able to tell that the player has an item like equipped with those. I guess that's another thing. Like, you wouldn't know that the player picked up a new item, but like you'd be able to look at their character and see that they have an item, I guess. Going back to like the item where you can steal someone else's item. Yeah. Anyway, the basic boots I think should be these ones, because they're a little bit more than the default shoes you get, but there's still not a whole lot going on. So mid-tier weapon. Alright, so mid-tier weapon deals damage to a player of your choice. So could be a sword again if you wanted. Could do hammer or a wand. I'm thinking an axe will be the high tier weapon, because that one does AoE damage. It does damage to all the players in the group. I guess it could be a bow too if you really wanted it to be a bow. That might work, you know, because it's like you're doing damage to a player of your choice, so you're like pinpointing them with a bow. Take a look at this. Yeah, I like that. We'll go with that. Into your helmet. Keep switching back and forth here. Mid-tier helmet, mid-tier helmet. So the basic helmet's this one, right? So the mid-tier, what does the mid-tier do? It reduces the amount of damage you take moderately, right? Yeah. So I don't want to use a crown, but like a crown, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You wear a crown and that reduces the amount of damage you take more than a helmet does. So I'm thinking like this one, be the mid-tier helmet. And you can't even like see anything out of this helmet, can you? Yeah. Mid-tier backpack. Let's see. We have 3 different backpacks to choose from. Yeah. We got the green backpack, the blue, like looks more like a drawstring bag almost. And then there's the original backpack, which is like a hitchhiker's backpack. And so this one, like, it'll add an extra slot to one of your items. So like you might be able to hold 2 weapons, or that'll probably have to be it. It'll probably have to be a second weapon, because it doesn't make sense for you to have 2 helmets or 2 chest pieces, you know? Yeah, we'll have to add a second weapon slot. We will go with that. Mid-tier boots. Let's go back to those. This one. So the basic boots are these ones. Mid-tier boots, I would say, should be these ones, probably. Yeah. Ah, shoot. Nope. Try that again. There we go. Yeah. The high tier weapon, we said it was gonna be the axe. So if we go back to that, look at these. Nice looking axe. Look at the other one now. I like the look of that one, but I think the other one makes more sense if you're gonna like swing it around and deal more damage, because it's double-sided. Yeah, we'll use that one. There we go. High tier helmet. Let's see. So basic, mid-tier, thinking the high tier should be one of these 2. I feel like this one looks more like, I don't know, fancy, I guess. And then satchel. We have 3 of those to choose from. Yeah, or I guess the first one's a belt, but they're all labeled as belts. What is the satchel makes you immune to an item, right? Yeah, immunity to the next item used against you. I feel like it should be the one for book, I guess. That makes the most sense to me. And last but not least, the high tier boots. Back here. These ones. Real fancy boots. Alright. Cool. Have all of our items, or at least starter items, I guess, in. So, we gotta start implementing them. Fun. I don't know if I should start with, like, putting those items in, or if I should, like, make the phone screen that players are gonna see. Because, like, those are gonna have, that phone screen's gonna have, like, these items in it and descriptions for it, whereas in the game, like in the Unreal game, we'll have to make the items themselves, but also the ways to get items. So like the random drops where you roll, or the shops, which we're not gonna get done with any of that tonight. That's gonna take the next couple weeks probably. I feel like I'd rather work on the random item drops and rolls tonight. So let's do that. Alright, so go here. Need to make forest. Add a new folder here for items. Open this up. Create a nope, not a level. Not what I wanted. Create a blueprint class. This will be an actor, and this will be our item parent class. So, because all of the items are going to have like a use function, they're all going to have just a single mesh. They're all going to have a lot of the same properties and mechanics. So making a parent class like this makes it easy to what's the word for it? You can then make children of that parent class, and they all have those same properties, but you can modify them to the specific items, and that'd be easier to find them later, because they're all the same, like they're all subclasses of the same class. If that makes sense. I know to anyone who doesn't know anything about programming watching this, that probably just sounded like gibberish to you, but it makes sense to me, so it's fine. Open this up. So we need, like I said, a skeletal mesh. This is going to be the thing that you see. Nope, not a simulation. Not that. Yeah, put that there because that should be the only thing we need. By default, we're just gonna make it the blue pad. Are weapons just static meshes? Wait a minute. I mean, I guess that would make sense, but yep, weapons are static meshes. Shoot. Okay. Well, we will add a skeletal mesh and a static mesh component then, and only one of them will be active at a time. It should be fine. I guess we should make parent subclasses for like each type of item. So like have a parent subclass for head item, parent subclass for chest item, parent subclass for boot item, and parent class item for a weapon. That would make more sense, probably. So for this one, we're gonna get rid of this. We'll just say that we'll rename this to. Oh, what happened? What did I do? Oh no! Why are you taking me to the docks? Go away! I didn't want that. That was weird. Wait, what? Wait. Okay, sorry about that. Instead of you, we will rename you to head item parent. So this will be your helmets or crowns or whatever it is. So has a skeletal mesh. By default, we'll just put that as. Actually, we'll put it as something that shouldn't be there. That way, later on for debugging, we can tell that if the item hasn't been assigned correctly, then it'll be that default item. We'll put it as. We'll put it as this. There it is. So if this shows up on a player's head, we know something has gone wrong. Yeah. Leave that alone for now. We're going to duplicate this item. Instead of head item, it's going to be chest item parent. Change the static mesh or skeletal mesh of you to what's something the belt, right? Not the satchel, but the belt that just went around your waist, right? This one? Yeah. Duplicate it again. This time it'll be the foot item. The feet item. And this one, by default, I'm going to have two. I don't think we used those ones. Gonna do that one. Yeah, we definitely did not use these anywhere. That'll work. Alright, and then last but not least, we're not going to duplicate this, we're going to just create a new one. Actor, this one is going to be our weapon item parent. Fat fingers. I'm actually also going to put underscore, it's easier to read. Yeah. So the weapon is, instead of having a skeletal mesh, it's going to have a static mesh because that's what the that's what all the weapon meshes are, because they don't have any animation to them, they're just static items. So it's going to be sword. Or wait, no. We use that one, don't we? So we should make it like, yeah. Hefty sword. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah. That'll work out better later on. Just because everything is classified under one of these four. That way, if we have like a lot of items later on, we won't have to like specifically search for that item. We can say look for item of this class. I guess start with the head items. We will create child blueprint. This is going to be basic helmet. And we have let O2. Create another child blueprint. This is going to be the mid-tier helmet. I know I still need to make names for them. So the mid-tier helmet was 5? Yeah, that one. Then one more. Will be our high tier helmet. And this is like the full, I guess the other one was too, like full encompassing helmet, but nope, not that one. The whole body. We want that. Yes. Cool. I'm gonna put all those into a folder just to try and keep things organized. You and you can all go in there. Yep. Get one for chest. Feet. And weapon. So we'll do chest item next. Create a child. Going to be our basic what are they, shoulder pads? And this one is going to have shoulder pad. What was it, these ones? Yeah. Make another child. This one was the mid-tier backpack. One's gonna have. Oh, the backpack is a weapon, so it's a static mesh. Fuck. Damn it. Let's see, maybe we can get around that. Alright, got here, weapons, this one. I'll make it this and yeah, because it doesn't have a skeleton. Darn. Why is a backpack a weapon? I don't understand that. Maybe it can't be a backpack then. In order to make that a skeletal mesh, I would have to like export it to Blender, give it just any skeleton, I guess, but then re-export it. and import it back into Unreal. That seems like a lot of work just for that. A lot of things have to be difficult. Well, because it's a child, we can add something special. So we can just add a static mesh here, I guess. Make it. Okay. Shouldn't cause a problem, I don't think. So basic shoulder pads, mid-tier backpack, and oh, don't do this to me. Unreal's bugging out again. One moment. For whatever reason it does this, and then I have to close it down and reopen it. Everybody still here with me? I know I'm a boring streamer, but if you are still here, I appreciate you. Thanks, few dubs. You the bomb. Alright, let's get back into this. So where were we? We were just about to add our third test item, which was the high tier, what, satchel? Still doesn't look right to me. Correct spelling. Is that how you spell satchel? Am I just stupid? Looks off to me. I don't know. That is that one. That is correct. Alright. Not completely dumb, I guess. Feel free to still give me a dumb command. Because I know you will be dubs. No, well. I'm bad at games. I'm not even playing a game right now. I'm making one. That number is super high already. It's already at 17. It's because of giggles. Damn him. Ooh. Epic Mice. Thanks for the follow, buddy. What is this? Dynatron? No, this is a custom game that I'm making. Oh, the music. That's a good question. I have no idea. Just from a playlist called Game Chops, they make remixes of old game music. And I don't get in trouble for using it on Twitch, so that's why I use it. Did I make my overlay? No. The banner across the top is from Extra Life themselves, and then that little scrolling text is what's the name of the program? It's called Snip. It reads whatever you're playing on Spotify. What about the webcam? No, that's not the. You're talking about the border. That's not mine either. I don't remember where I got that from. I got that from something a while ago. I think it was like something free given out for Extra Life Game Day or something like that, like years ago. You code C#? I know how to, but specifically with this, no. I'm using Unreal Engine, which is C++. If you choose to code that way, I prefer in Unreal. I prefer blueprinting, just because it's easier to read, I think. But that's just me. I know a lot of people are against blueprinting, a lot of programmers. Right, so we said, oh no, I don't need this. I need a child blueprint of you. So the basic boots, right? What did we say the basic boots are gonna be? No, those are mid-tier boots, these ones. Those up. We need these ones? Yes. Another child, this is the mid-tier boots. These ones, I should have looked at this. Ones with the yellow stripes, and then the basic one, or the high tier ones are those ones. Gotcha. So these ones, no, those are the high tier ones. Those are the mid tier ones. These ones, yeah. And one more. And if anyone wants to think of good names for these, I know mid tier, high tier, and basic are not good names. If anyone would like to think of some names for that, I would gladly take them. These are high tier boots, yeah. These can go into feet. And last but not least, the weapon items. So this is the basic sword. So this one is going to be sword at 1, right? The real basic, almost dagger sword. Child, this is going to be the mid-tier weapon. I forget what we said the mid-tier weapon was going to be. Did we say it was going to be a wand? No, it's the bow. Right. Yeah. You are the bow. This one, right? Yeah. Yeah, and then one more. The high tier. This is the axe. This is the one that does the AoE damage. This one, yeah. Cool. All right, got all our items in there. So trying to think for these items. Obviously, we already talked about players are going to have one slot for each of these, so they can hold one of each of these types of items at a time. And the two ways they're going to get these items are, one, at the end of the mini game, there's going to be a random drop, sort of thing of like in WoW, how like if you defeat a boss or an enemy, right, it has a chance to drop items. And in this case, it drops one item, right, and there's many players, so they're gonna roll for it, just like you would in WoW, right? So like everyone rolls a die, whoever rolls the highest gets the item. The second way of getting items would be through shops. Occasionally, as you're walking through this forest, you're gonna stumble upon a shop, and you're going to, if you have enough money, you're going to be able to buy items, and you get money based on how you do in the mini games. So I'm thinking like if you place in the top 3, you'll get some money, but that's more design work for later. So I guess we need to play around with what happens after the players come back from the minigame. So like when the enemy dies, right? Because that's when the random drops would happen. So if I play this right now, I'm pretty sure I put in some test dummies, so like it looks like there's a full group. Yes, and I was doing that for the UI. So looks like that. Camera's still a little jumpy. I'm gonna have to go back and play around with that. But enemy pops up, green fades to black, minigame starts. Obviously, I don't have any minigames made yet. Press continue, come back, enemy dies, players take damage, they keep moving, right? So that's all good, but one, it's very like scripted, I guess. So like it's on a timer pretty much right now, and so if like one of those random events occurred, right, where an item dropped, you don't want them to keep moving. You want them to stop there and then roll to see who gets the item before they keep moving. I also have to do something for like having the player equip the items that they have, so like you can see on screen like that this person got a helmet or this person got a weapon, right, that they're holding it. And then you'd have to keep track of what items they have and stuff like that. But that will be something for later. I think for today, I'm gonna just try and see if I can get items to randomly drop and have something. I don't know, that's a lot too. I may not even get through that today, but I'm thinking about it too much right now. Let's just get into it. So I think, I don't know if it's in the level blueprint. I don't think I put in the level blueprint, but no, probably in the group. Let's see. On enemy, here we go. Yep. So the level state is saved inside of the game instance, which is like what in the game mode. Never mind. Right here's where it's saved. So like it saves where they're at in the forest before they go to the minigame, because obviously that's a new level that they're going to. So it saves that data, like where they're at in the forest, what type of enemy they're fighting, things like that. Eventually it's going to need to save like the player's health when they go into the minigame, so that actually I think it might do that already. I can't remember, but just so that when they come back from the minigame, all that stuff is still there. So I guess, well, that's something else. Never mind. So when they come back is where we need to figure out. That's where we need to figure out where that is, because that's where we need to add the event for the item drops, right? So I gotta sift through all this spaghetti code again and figure out where that's at. Keep saying I'm gonna clean this up and I never do. Story of my life. Update player health. So this happens after they come back, right? I guess that makes sense. I guess I could do this in the enemy thing, like script where the enemy dies, right? Where he has the death animation and whatnot. let's try that. Let me spawn. Let's see. Yeah, right here is where enemy death occurs. It's just on a delay, right? So, after we call update player health, right? So like after the players take damage after the minigame, that's when the item should drop if it's going to, right? So, I guess we can do that here. But if an item does drop, we don't want this to happen, right? So, can I create a function? I want this function to like just run the random generator of whether an item drops or not. And if it does, then we'll make another function for the item drop and having players roll and whatnot. But if not, then just keep going, right? So, we'll call this chance item drop. Then here we can say chance item drop, and this will have two outputs, right? A true and false, right? So if an item does, so if it's true, meaning an item does drop, then do the function for having an item drop, have players roll. If not, then just do this, right? I think I can do that. Item drop, so we should have output, right? Can it have two return nodes? I don't think it can, actually, now that I think about it. I guess we can return a boolean saying like whether the item dropped or not. Yeah, that's fine. Item dropped. So let's see, we don't want items to drop very often. We want it like 1 in 10 or something like that, right? Because if it dropped super often, everyone would have items all the time, and I don't want that to be the case. I want items to be like a rarity. So let's do the branch. I guess we don't even need the branch. I guess we just need to get random. Oh no, it's random int in range. Right. The random int between 1 and 10. Right. If the return value is greater, return value is greater than 9. So meaning if it's 10, I guess we could just say equal to 10. So if the return value is equal to 10, meaning 1 in 10 chance that this is true, then we will drop an item. Right? So then we go branch here. If I make you actually here. Yes. I don't know, just cleaned it up a little bit. Doesn't require an execution node. So chance item drop. If that condition comes back true, meaning an item does drop, we want to do something with it. If not, then do this. Right? So oh, this is hurting my head thinking about it too much. So if the 1 in 10 chance happens, then players do not move forward, right? I want to make a UI element, right, that will like make the item appear on screen and have text saying like item dropped, roll for it. So then the players will, their phone screens will update with just a button saying push to roll your dice, and then their numbers will appear on the screen. Whoever gets the highest number obviously gets the item. Got this. Need some water. Alright. So I guess we gotta make a new UI thing. And I guess that should be kind of the... We could include that in the HUD of the forest level, like where the health bars are too. Because it's not going to be something that's always on the screen, but it just might be something that pops up, you know? Or I guess you could make it... I could make it as my own, like its own separate widget element and just add it as a child whenever it happens. Yeah, I might do it that way. UI. New user interface, widget blueprint. We're gonna call this item drop. Okay. So, I'm trying to think, like, I need to find some custom text to use also, because right now I'm just using the default Unreal Engine text, and it's not very, like, it doesn't fit the theme of the game, you know? It's just like Arial white text. But anyway. So this will pop up when item drops, right? Does it need to show what the item is? Like, does it need to show a picture of the item? I feel like it should, and it should also say like what the item does, because if I'm gonna do this actually like how WoW did it, like players would have the option to opt out of it, like so that they don't roll, so there's no chance of them getting it. Because like, say for instance, like you have an item in your weapon slot already, and the item that drops is a weapon, right? You may not want that new weapon, or you may not be able to get that new weapon. So you may be able to opt out of that. So I guess it should say like exactly what the item is and what it does. Which means I would need to make pictures for each of the items. I mean, I'm gonna have to do that anyway for the UI later. Ugh. Just such a pain in the ass. Alright, we'll... Got a vertical box. You always need vertical boxes. Just add here. Say item dropped. We'll leave it at that for now. Now we have to go into GIMP. If you don't know what GIMP is, it's basically a free version of Photoshop. Make all those images. Yeah. Give me 1 second here. I'm sorry about that. I hit the wrong tab. Yeah, now we gotta just basically take screenshots like we just did for the spreadsheet, but make them all the same size, remove the background so the background's transparent. That's just the easiest way, I think, to make UI elements of your items, you know? So we go back here, go to, actually, you know what? It might be easier to just go here, use these items, and just use these editors to get our screenshots. Yeah. Whoa. Oh, that's... Okay, this is not going to be easier because the reason I made the background in the skeletal mesh or static mesh editor like a bright color so that when I take those screenshots I can easily like use GIMP's tools to figure out what's the background versus what isn't. But when it's that dark gray, it might have a hard time doing that. So we're just gonna have to go back in here. Fine. So we're using this X. Can I show top? Wish it wasn't. Don't show the grid. I like. Well, I guess that doesn't matter. I do this. Paste it into GIMP. And then. At least I thought I could. No. Where's my rotate tool? Not what I want. Ah, here we go. Rotate. Yes. That's what we want. Make you a solid 180. Maybe. Solid 180. There we go. Yep, there we go. And then we take our magic wand tool, grab everything that's not that stuff, all this bright green stuff, and just delete it. So now I gotta make it a size that will be good for all of them. So I don't know. Why did that do that? Image transform. No. Oh, I could have done that, I guess. Whatever. Canvas size. Right now it's 500 by 864. We could make them all 500 by 864, but some of them that might make the item look real small. We'll do that for now. 500 by 864. Remember that, because I won't. Save as. Put this in. Not that. Div. Here. This one. Put here. Client. Oh wait, no, I have to export it, that's right. Not just save it. No. Yeah, there we go. Nope. What? High tier X. All right, and close out of that. Start it. Go back here. We use the bow. Up. Split. Come in here. Don't show the grid. That's fine, I can rotate it later on. And here. Image, transform 90 degrees this way. Do our magic tool here, get rid of the background. Image. Canvas size, what do we say, 500 by 864, right? Alright. Well, that did a whole bunch of nothing. Okay. Yeah, why can't I? That's why this is the free version, apparently. Let's try this. Here. Sure. Did that again. This is what? The mid here low. safe. Let's try and import them. Open for images, and then we can from our cool. All right. Let's see. Need. What else do we need? Oh, the basic sword. Yeah. From the top perspective, click zoom in here. Don't show the grid. Trying to get a nice screen out of it. That. Imp. Yeah. Now we need. Image, transform, rotate 180 degrees. So you're up there. Yep. Need to. Wait, first. Wait, what's that? Did I just rotate it back? Grab this background. Go image, canvas size 500 by 864. What we said. Trying to keep it consistent. And relatively in the center. And I guess basic sword. Not exactly centered, but I'm not super worried about that. Yeah. Alright, so I'll just go ahead and import that one. Import basic sword. There we go. Alright, so our weapons are in. I'll finish doing that throughout this week so that next week when we come back, I'll have those good to go. We can create the UI. UI for the random drops at least. And with that we should also be able to create the player screen. Like the player screen that they see on their phones. But I'll save that for next week. I'm gonna call it here for tonight. Thank you for everyone who joined. Appreciate it a lot. And hopefully I'll see you next Sunday. Later, everyone.